Welcome back, girls, gays, and theys. Today we're gonna do my first ever Yap in Draw video. Sorry. So I'm doing a new setup and I wanted to capture the feel of traditional while still doing digital art, so we have this amalgamation. But yeah, I've been consuming like so many things left and right for the past 3 months, and I really just wanted to talk about it, like what I enjoyed. So yeah, grab your sketchbook, grab what you've been working on, and sit down and draw with me. So I went to China for my post-graduation trip, and there was this mall we visited that was just chock full of cosplayers and anime pop-ups. There was like stores selling just pure BL merch. Imagine seeing guys getting railed and a megaverse like weddings 2 floors above of the Haiti. Like, it was absolutely crazy. I would go back to Shanghai just for this mall. I loved it so much. But I saw a pop-up for this anime called Sakamoto Days, and I had never heard of it before. So naturally, when I came back home, like the degen I am, I binged it in 3 days. So the premise of this show is that there's this ex-assassin called Taro Sakamoto who retired like 10 so years ago, but he's running a convenience store with his wife and kid because he loves his wife so much and he can never go back to like killing anymore because he loves the simple life. But randomly, one of his old colleagues, Shin, last name, I don't know if they even say it, they probably do actually, but Shin ends up coming back and he's like, yo, you have to join the assassin world again. It's not the same without you. But Sakura was like, nah, I have no enemies. Why would I go back? And yeah, pretty much from there, chaos ensues. But okay, small intermission to talk about the piece I'm working on. So I like doing this effect where I duplicate the layers of the line art and I make one of them red and I blur it out using like the Gaussian blur filter. But I really love the way it gives it this soft, almost watercolory vibe. It makes the line art really pop out, especially when you have a lot of details. So yeah. But back to Sakamoto Days. Yeah, Shin doesn't manage to get Sakamoto to come with him, but he does end up joining Sakamoto at the convenience store, and they have this sort of mentor-mentee dynamic that's very wholesome and cute. Like, Shin, he is the #1 Sakamoto fan. Every chance he gets, he's just glazing this man. But when it comes to Shin, I remember when the character popularity poll came out, and he was like the #1 most popular character. I was kind of surprised, but then I thought about more, like I searched it up on the Reddit and it made more sense because Shin is like pretty much the only character development like at all, but they do it in a very like wholesome way. You get to see how much he genuinely cares for people and how he's just pure-hearted. But I really love that about a lot of shonen characters, especially like Tanjiro from Demon Slayer. He's probably the token nice boy. And some people might find it cliche when the characters are like, oh, my friends are my power, I made it this far because of my nakama. But I honestly think that wholesomeness is what drives the shonen genre. I think there's really something special about its ability to uplift people and make you feel like you can do something more with your life. As cringe as it might be, there are many times where I'm struggling. I'm like, nah, this is my training arc. If Tanjiro can keep going despite going through hell every day, like what is my day to day? But yeah, it keeps me humble. That being said, the plot of Sakamoto Days is kind of mid. Like, there's not much going on, and like there's not much going on. To be honest, what really keeps me going is the fight scenes. Like, this author is going off the rails with every single shot. I don't know how he keeps topping himself, because some things are just so creative with the way they pop out of the screen, or how a character uses the situation to their advantage to beat somebody up. Like, I'm gonna show some of the panels, but like, what is this? Like, I'm creaming. And I absolutely love it when you can tell an author is having fun with their work, because this is like their bread and butter. You can feel it. And when the author is having a good time, it just like seeps into everything else, so I respect that. So yeah, it's a very solid 7 out of 10 anime if you're looking for something that has good art and pretty decent characters. So yeah, give it a try. Okay, another artwork intermission. It's currently nighttime, so sorry if the lights are a little different. But look at my Chiikawa mug. Isn't it so cute? Oh, I love it. Okay, so I'm kind of basing my illustration off of a lot of like really heavily collaged Japanese fashion magazines. So I have this one that I picked up to use as an example, and it has like a lot of these really cool spreads, and it's really text heavy, but I love like the graphic design work right here, and that's sort of like how they have a bunch of photos and kind of just like, yeah, it's very just like cut out, paste, very blocky. So that's the aesthetic I want. And this is zipper. Next, you guys might have heard of To Be Hero X because it kind of blew up on Instagram, especially the first few episodes, but this is pretty much the only anime I've been keeping up with weekly. You could say I'm in a very Chinese time of my life. But no, it's really exciting to see more Chinese anime get popular and have more attention being put onto the industry, because so many good things are being put out. Like Link Click is one of my favorite shows, and I just watched The Legend of Hei 2 in theaters like yesterday, and the animation in that movie is just crack. Like, I felt like I was going on something in the theater. Oh my god, it was non-stop. And the character designs, oh my god, there are so many characters and mullets. Maybe that's why I like them. But yeah, back to Be Hero. The plot is that there's superheroes and this idea of the trust system. So people gain their powers through essentially others supporting them or them gaining their trust, quote unquote. Which is a pretty neat concept when you compare that to real life, and the way a lot of people base their entire personality or their self-worth on social media or how much the attention they get, but how others' perceptions can also affect how you see yourself too. Like, you'll get scenes in the show where this guy is getting like the crap beaten out of him. He's fighting for his life just to survive, and people will pass by and be like, yo, I'm not gonna call an ambulance, but you know what I will do? I'll record you and I'll put you on Billy. It's so wild to see, but like that's real. Like real shit like that happens all the time. And of course I can't go without talking about the main draw of multiple art styles, especially like the 2D and 3D switch up. Those are amazing. I love seeing more studios trying to do something different, because we are getting way too many like 1 million waifu shows and whatnot. So it's really cool to see so many different creators work on a different project, and the amount of different artistic directions they put into the show. For example, Moon's flashback or her backstory in the beginning was really cute and really well done. I've noticed they only taken these creative liberties during the first and later half of the show, leaving the middle pretty dry. Like, I've been keeping up I've been keeping up on the Reddit for this too. You might notice a pattern here, but yeah, people were mad when things started slowing down and the middle was just 2D for most of it. I think some people said it was a creative idea to make more of like the things that took place in the past 2D while saving 3D for the present, but I still feel like it made things a bit too inconsistent. And speaking of inconsistency, the pacing in the beginning was so like balls off the walls. What is going on? Sorry, I'm being dramatic, but I think I've noticed this trend with a lot of Chinese shows where they try to make it, they try to like internetify or like Cocomelon the way information is delivered. For example, like the recent Naja movies that came out was very fast paced. Even though the animation and the story was really well done, I think pacing can really make or break a show. I also tried to watch Scumbag Villain Self-Saving System a while back, but that show was too much. I couldn't really finish it. I really appreciate when a story gives the person who's watching it time to breathe and sit with emotions of a character. Otherwise, the emotional beats just like don't hit at all. And they do that in To Be Hero sometimes. Like Lucky Chan had a very slow, and like Lucky Chan's arc was very well paced, probably like the best in the series, to be honest. That being said, you know what really keeps me coming back? Yeah, it's the hype. I'm just a sheeple. But yeah, I'm writing this before episode 24, but Ling Ling and Queen, I put all my points onto you, so please, I hope something good happens. That leads us to the end of the video. I actually had a few more things I wanted to talk about, but I didn't record enough content. So maybe I'll do a part 2 with something else. Let me know if you had a good time, if you enjoy this type of stuff, and yeah, thank you to my Patreons. Read my webcomic. It's the best webcomic on Webtoons, actually. Yeah. I'm just kidding. Yeah, bye.